Testing. Everyone, if you can take a seat, we are going to start very soon at 6 in 4 minutes. So if you can take a seat, we'll be starting in 4 minutes. Your dessert is out early, which is start a sweet day. Welcome, everyone. Let's give a hand for the lion dancers. Let's also give a hand for my anthropology, ASIAM 145 and 175 students for serving you today. It's a joy and honor for me to be here. My name is Professor Jenny Bond, or Dr. Bond, and I would like to welcome you to this wondrous event. We're having the inauguration of Asian and Asian American Studies bachelor's degree. This was a long time coming, decades coming, and we're right on time. And again, I want to tell my students, this is a time for you to mingle with all your elders. I want you to say hi and shake a hand, okay? You don't know this, students, but you are with your elders now and the 6th generation of ancestors that were here, and in 6 generations, your descendants are here with us now, and we're all celebrating right now. We have a magical day tonight. Once in a lifetime, 470 people are here celebrating. So I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you guys all for coming. We have a keynote speaker, Russell Zhang from San Francisco State. When everyone ran away, he stepped up and he created Stop Asian Hate. He protected us all. So we're gonna start with him as a keynote speaker. Then we're gonna actually honor our wondrous honorees, Dr. Sukimura, let's give him a hand. Dr. Kapoor, give him a hand. Dr. Yang, give him a hand. And Mr. Tony Lo Sango, okay? Woo, okay. We're gonna have our wonderful deans speak about why Asian American and Asian Studies matters. We're also gonna have singing and dancing, and a lot of loud performances. During dinner time, we'll have more dancers, and we'll also be watching a documentary if there's time permits. And we'll also, at the end, we'll hear from faculty and staff founders of the major. And why we're all here, it's the future. Why you're here is those majors will be coming up and speaking. So all those Asian American, stand up Asian American, Asian Studies bachelors, the first in the nation. First in our Central Valley, please stand up. Please stand up. It's for them. I want to make clear, we are here because your ancestors poured their love into you, okay? It's not just you actually taking this, but also it's a reflection of your ancestors. So we honor you tonight. We're here for you. Okay, this is all 470 is for you, okay? Because we know you are the future. It's all about the future, and you are our future. Then we're going to end with a Polynesian dance performance, yet also we're going to learn how to dance as well. And our poet laureate, Lee Herrick, will be taking us out with a poem commissioned for our new major. And then we'll have taiko drummers. So let's give a hand. Thank you so much for coming, for yourselves for coming. And please play the presidential's remarks. Our president couldn't be with us, but he will be with us in spirit. Let's play the presidential's remarks.
Hello, I'm Saul Jimenez Sandoval, proud president of Fresno State. Today, I join you with a full heart to celebrate something truly historic, the launch of the Asian American and Asian Studies major in the College of Social Sciences. This new major celebrates the rich culture, history, contributions, and lived experiences of Asian Americans and Asians in our Central Valley, California, and our nation. Indeed, Asian and Asian Americans are foundational to California's and our nation's economy, society, and history. As Dr. Jenny Bond so eloquently says, Asian American history is American history. And I couldn't agree more. Locally, we see that 200 Chinese immigrants form part of the original 600 individuals who founded Fresno. And the city's first permanent building was built with the bricks made by these Chinese immigrants. We are the only university in the Central Valley to offer this major, and one of just 26 in the entire nation. Though that's a powerful distinction, My hope is that these numbers will change in the near future. About 12% of our student body identifies as Asian. Hence, this program greatly contributes to our sense of community through developing critical thinking, writing, and cultural understanding. These elements will serve them in any career path they pursue, from nursing to education to social work. And the classes are as exciting as you can imagine, from K-pop to Asian community health to Asian eats. Indeed, this is a major that educates, inspires, and connects. I want to end with a heartfelt thank you to our faculty, staff, and students who made this dream a reality. Your vision and dedication have opened new doors for academic exploration and personal growth. Congratulations and go Dogs!
I have the distinct honor and joy of thanking our guests, sponsors, donors, and partners. On behalf of the faculty in Asian American Studies, I want to express our deepest gratitude to all of you for supporting our students in our Asian American Studies program. Your generosity, your support means a lot to us, and your presence and your support are making an important difference in our students and in our campus, your campus. We are grateful to our table sponsors, including the Japanese American Citizens League, the Asian Faculty and Staff Association, the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association of Fresno, the Fresno Center, Superintendent Misty Her of Fresno Unified School District, Nandeep Singh of Jakara Movement, Dr. Veena Hauer and the MK Gandhi Center, the Sikh Historical Society of Fresno, Sikh Women's Organization of Central California, Dr. Jenny Bond, Dr. Joy Goto, Tony Lansanko, Song Moa, Dr. Franklin Ng, Kong Tao, Dr. Tulu Tao, Kami Tepavong of Fresno City College Asian American Studies Program, Gina Vu of Innovative Minds ABA, Dr. Gia Xiong of the Living Well Center, Dr. Vicky Xiong Luo of the Hmong Bilingual Authorization Program, Vice President Peng Yang, Va Yang, the Department of Anthropology and Asian American Studies, the Department of Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies, Dean Janet Crum of Library Services, the Lao American Community of Fresno, the Asian American Studies Program. We are also very grateful for the individual sponsors, including Dr. Steve Aramsak, Superintendent Michelle Coffer, Miro Ducton, Dr. Joe Fields, Dr. Catherine Faubert, Dr. William Garst, John Howard, Amanda Kim, Joanne Lai, Dr. Aram Nambia, Paul Sok, Neil Tong, Jia Ying Xiong, Jer Xiong, Katie Xiong, Dr. Banya Xiong, Dr. Rasi Yi Boramel, and Superintendent Mark Marshall. We are extremely grateful that we have campus partners and community partners throughout the Central Valley and beyond. You show up time and time again to support our students in our events, and we are lucky to have so many of you. We are thankful for you. We apologize as we will not be able to refer to everybody by name. We want to thank especially President Saul Jimenez Sandoval, Provost Xuaning Fu, Interim Vice President Fong Yang, Vice President and Chief Information Officer Bao Jory, Dean Elizabeth Lohan of the College of Social Sciences, Associate Dean Jennifer Randles, Associate Dean Song Lee, Dean Joy Goto, Dean Janet Crum, Dr. Russell Zhong, our keynote speaker, Poet Laureate Lee Herrick, Lisa Herrick, Peter Halogen of the Office of Assemblyman David Tangipan, Dr. Franklin Ng, Dr. Kazuo Howard. We thank also our awesome student volunteers from My Asian M8 and 185, as well as Dr. Bond's ASAM 175 and 148. We thank also the Department of Anthropology and Asian American Studies, the Department of Women's, Gender, and Sexuality Studies, the Department of Chicano and Latin American Studies, the Asian Faculty and Staff Association, the Southeast Asian Student Success Initiative, the Cross-Cultural and Gender Center, the Asian Pacific Islander DESI American Programs and Services, the AmerAsia Organization, the Hmong Student Association, the Lao Student Association, the Makaisa Filipino Club. We thank our event presenters tonight. We thank our performers and their instructors. We thank especially our Asian American minors and majors and our minor and major student ambassadors. We thank the event organizers. We thank our founders of the Asian American and Asian Studies major. And finally, we thank the event organizers who include Dr. Jenny Bond, myself, Dr. Amrit Dell, Dr. Shamel Her-Seichu, Butsaban Jeanette Vele, Dr. Song Lee, and Tony Lonsanko. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support.
Good evening, everyone. Next, we have an Indian dance performance brought to you by Ribbons of India. Let's give them a warm welcome.
வைந்தாரே ஒரு உனப்பத்தட்டுந்தாரே நீ முத்துக்கிட்டு வாடி நம்ம பக்கம் போவோம்
ஒத்தருவாய் வேணாவும் உனப்பத்தட்டும் வேணாம் ஒத்துக்கிற மாட்டே நீ ஒதுங்கி நில்லு மாமோய்
Wasn't that such an exhilarating performance? Let's give them another round of applause. Next up, we will have. Next, I would like to present a loud dance performance by the group of Nansen Langsan. Let's give them a warm welcome, everyone.
Let's give him another hand of applause. It's our future. You're next. All right, so now I'm announcing our keynote speaker while we're here, Dr. Russell Zhang from San Francisco State. I am personally, of course, historically, I know he's like a major force historically, but on a personal level, during COVID-19, I was frightened. I was scared, right? A lot of things were happening, and everyone retreated. But one person stepped forward, and that was Dr. Zhang. So this is a huge, wondrous get for Fresno State to have this caliber of a keynote speaker. So can I have you clap for Dr. Zhang, Russell Zhang? All right.
Good evening. So the people over there, they couldn't see the loud dancers, could you, that well? Yeah, this is all an experiment on discrimination, so now you know what it's like to... They were really good. You missed everything. So. I'd like to really thank Dr. Jenny Bond for organizing this and creating Asian American Studies at Fresno State. It's an amazing, enormous task. So let's applaud her for... And I'd also like to acknowledge all the honorees tonight, and especially the honored guest. Next slide, please. So the title of my talk tonight is Making Home and Making History at Fresno State. And I especially want to address the students in the audience. So who here is a Fresno State student? Raise your hand, please, so I know where to... Wow, okay. Well, go Bulldogs. And I want to encourage you to take classes in Asian American Studies because I think that's where you'll find your home. You'll find your home there academically, but also socially. My parents met at San Francisco State, so you could meet your partner at Asian American Studies and have a kid like me. And it's where you could make a home culturally. And it's not only where you can learn your ethnic history, whether it's Chinese or Japanese or Indian or Hmong or Lao or Vietnamese or other, but it's also where you can learn how to make history and change the course of your community's histories. We need to establish Asian American Studies because for too long, Asian Americans have been excluded from US society and erased from American history. Did you know who's the racial group who feels the least sense of belonging in the US? It's Asian Americans. And even in the corporate world, Asian Americans feel like they couldn't be their true selves in the corporate world. And even at universities, the racial group who feels the least sense of acceptance are Asian American students. It's sort of weird. You think we're the model minority, we should be used to school or like school, but nope. And there's reasons why we feel belonging. It's not our fault, it's not our culture's fault, but it really is the fact that American society doesn't accept us, the fact that American society does see us as foreigners. And as Jenny said, I created Stop AAPI Hate during COVID, and we received reports of racism that was so vitriolic that I'm still sort of traumatized. And to give you a sense of that lack of exclusion, I'm going to invite Daisy here to read some of the stories. And these are actually reports from Fresno, where real people put online their experiences. And as you hear Daisy read them, I want you to put yourself in their shoes and feel what they feel. And I'm going to ask you afterwards just to shout out that emotion, just a one-word emotion, okay? So, Daisy, next slide.
My coworker came back from her break, and the first thing she asked me was, "Do you eat bats?"
Okay, so what are some words of feelings that come up for you? Just shout it out, please. Disgust, anger, hate, fear, blamed, disappointment. What was that? Lies. Well, I think you get it. The experiences of people who had direct hate directed towards them felt feelings of sadness, of anger, of anxiety and fear, and those are all words of trauma. So I'm calling COVID-19 one of collective racial trauma for Asian Americans. It was collective because half our community experienced it. It's 12 million cases of hate. It's racial because not just Chinese were experiencing it, but pretty much every Asian ethnicity. And it's traumatizing because as you experienced it just now, those feelings of fear, anxiety, discouragement, hypervigilance still are going on today. Next slide. We can go past these. One more slide. The tragedy of the racism during COVID-19 is that we've seen it before. Each Asian group has been stereotyped as dangerous as outside threats. So being vilified as the yellow peril or the dusky peril in South Asians' case is part of Asian American history. And I just want to highlight some of these points for you so you know how you could see history being repeated. Here you see a sign in the 19th century about Chinese must go. This is actually declared by the Tacoma mayor. And in 1885, 168 Chinese settlements along the West Coast were actually forcibly driven out by mob violence. These aren't just individuals, one getting lynched. These are entire communities wholesale driven out. Next slide. So even in Fresno in 1893, after the Geary Act was passed, you could see here the headline, a mob of white workmen raided the vineyard and proceeded to remove the Chinese. Over 300 Chinese were driven out of Fresno in 1893. So the Geary Act, which actually required Chinese to register as aliens, didn't stop racism, but it actually encouraged more racism. It actually gave people license to be racist. And I think today's, you could relate it to today's legislation. Anti-Asian or anti-immigrant legislation doesn't pacify the people. It actually foments more racism. Next slide. So this affected my family as well. Dr. Bond talked about 6 generations. I'm 6th generation here. Great-grandparents were driven out of Monterey in the same way through arson, and the entire village had to leave in 1906. Next slide. And as you see the deportations going on now, the mass deportations going on now, that was occurring, 125 years ago. And you can see this is the immigration records of my family. And my great-grandfather had to talk about his brother, my great-granduncle. And my great-granduncle was deported back to China. And it says so he was living in Fresno. And the charity people he had no money, he didn't want to go back, but they shipped him back. So you could see history repeating itself. Immigrants being blamed, immigrants being excluded officially, immigrants being deported. And so we have to know our history if we want it to not repeat again. Next slide. Actually, go back. So history repeats itself, and if you hadn't heard these histories before, you have to wonder, why haven't you heard this in your classes? Why didn't you learn about this in the textbooks? And it's because our histories have been erased, right? I argue that white students experience racism, that they're victims of racism because they don't get to hear this history. They don't learn how America was and why America is like it is today. But Asian American Studies at its start at San Francisco State really wanted to give a different perspective of history and create a different kind of education. You heard how we were excluded, how we don't feel like we belong, how we were erased. Asian American Studies was started 50 years ago at San Francisco State, and it started here because we want you to feel like you belong. We want you to know that your education could be relevant. I know that a lot of low-income Asians in the community colleges and the CSUs, we have a real high dropout rate. And it's because school doesn't seem relevant. But what would it be like if our education, if our classes were really accessible and interesting to us? What if our education and your classes, students, if you took a class and it really did explain immigrant parent-child dynamics and helped you understand how to connect with your family? What if your education taught you the poetry of your ancestors and enabled you to sing as they did? What if I know a lot of you are dealing with mental health, what if your classes dealt with how your ancestors handled and built resilience through famine, through poverty, through war, through migration? That's what you get at Asian American Studies. Classes that are relevant. And what's even more fun in Asian American Studies is to think of your favorite aunt, you know, the one who could talk to your parents, but you could relate to her as well. Asian American Studies are taught by those aunties. Or what if you had a professor who understood and actually lived with gangs and realized it's rational to join a gang. You need it for protection. Rather than criminalizing immigrants, we understand why we need gangs in our communities. That's what Asian American Studies is. And to quickly give you some stories of what Asian American Studies continues to do and what can it do for Fresno State, I'm going to tell you two quick stories. Next slide. This is Mei Fua He. She was a student. She didn't grow up in the Bon Vinai village in the southeast corner. She grew up in the northwest corner. And she's Hmong. She grew up in a project, and she moved. And when she moved to schools, she was then put in an ELD class for English learners. But she never learned how to speak Hmong. She was an English speaker. She grew up speaking English, but because she was Hmong, she was tracked in that and had to really, her parents really had to advocate to get her out of the English learning classes. And it's not wrong to take English learning classes, but it just shows how the system tracks people, and just because of how you look, they'll put you in a certain class. When she went to her new school, she got free lunch, but she was really stigmatized for getting free lunch because all the other kids who brought their lunch, you know, they got to talk about it. The teachers would remark, "Oh, what did you get for lunch today?" And so she felt really excluded and left out. She then went to college, and she was really excited to go to college, but because she wasn't prepared through her education in high school, she dropped out. She got kicked out of school, and she had to go back to community college to be able to re-enter college. She then went into a master's program, but because of mental health issues, it took her a long time, and she stopped out during her MA program as well. But what happened in Asian American Studies, she went back for a master's in Asian American Studies, and there the professors really encouraged her and saw her promise, saw that her background was actually an asset. And so they brought her back to school. She learned poetry, and she began to write her own poetry that helped her with her mental health. And as she was at San Francisco State in Asian American Studies, she began to study the issues that she really cared about. Why Hmong kids aren't staying in higher ed, why Hmong families do deal with mental health issues. And so she's hoping now to get a PhD, to come back to Fresno, to teach possibly at Fresno State, next slide, and change the systems that weren't meant for us. So she says, "I found myself in Asian American Studies at San Francisco State. It fueled my passion in system change work." So students, take Asian American Studies classes because you'll find yourself there. And not only will you find your own passions, not only will you find your own trajectory, but you'll find your community there as well. Next slide. So not only are individual students helped, but classes of students really learn a lot. And so I applaud those who are coming through the classes. Stop AAPI Hate, if you heard of it, actually was founded at San Francisco State and was founded with students. Students were the ones who collected the reports. Students were the ones who analyzed the data. Students were the ones who published the stories and made it an issue for America. Here you see a youth campaign where young people across the nation came together and they issued their own reports. Next slide. Because of their advocacy, Stop AAPI Hate became a national movement. And there you can see Steph Curry making public service announcements on behalf of the Asian American community. It went so big that when BTS tweeted Stop AAPI Hate, it became the most tweeted post globally. So Asian Americans may not feel like they belong here on the university, but globally, we're saying we belong. Globally, we're saying we're the majority. Globally, we should be accepted. Next slide. And because of the movement, young people, grassroots efforts, parents have pushed for Asian American studies across the nation. And for me, this is the biggest result of the movement, is that 10 states now have passed legislation to teach Asian American studies. And that's pretty remarkable because there's a very anti-DEI kind of effort across the nation. So to get Asian American studies legislated is a real big accomplishment. Next slide. So, Fresno State. You may not feel like you belong all the time. You may feel like school is not the place for you. You may not know what you want to do in the future. But that's why you should take Asian American studies, because there you'll find a home. I guarantee you, the professors here are amazing and they care. You actually pay their salaries. They're public servants. You should use them and use their office hours. They're your servants. Parents, you should get your paying tuition. So you'll find a home there. You'll find your auntie and uncle to help you through the process. And so feel like these are your classes where you could hear your story. And not only will you learn about feeling at home, but you'll learn how to make history by changing history. In Asian American Studies, education isn't for you as an individual. The founders of Asian American Studies said, education is for the community. It's not for you as the individual. Education is to help our communities improve and to grow. So when you take Asian American Studies classes, you're not just taking it for yourself. You're taking it for your parents and seeing how you could improve your family situation. You're taking it for your community to see how your community could grow. You're taking it for everyone so that all together we could empower ourselves and make a change. So your ancestors, as Dr. Bond said, are proud of you. And go with that thought, that as you take classes in Asian American Studies, your ancestors are with you, and you're to bring that history forward to the next generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's give a hand for Dr. Zhang. The speakers for Dr. Sugimura, Dr. Kapoor, Dr. Yang, and Tony Lonsago, if you can please come up. And And actually, everyone, if we can stand up right now, I would like to stand up for Dr. Sugimura, Dr. Kapoor, Dr. Yang, Tony Lasaga. Let's give him a hand. Stand up.
Well, good evening, community leaders, dignitaries, faculty, staff, students, families, and friends. Lao Tzu reminds us that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Tonight, I have the privilege of honoring a man whose single step over a decade ago set in motion a journey that changed not only this university, but also me personally, Dr. Brian Sugimura. I first met Brian more than 10 years ago when he was serving as the Fresno State AAPI liaison to the CSU Chancellor's Office. At the time, I had no idea how much that moment would shape the course of my own work and how it would inspire an entire community. Brian helped bring the life journey to success. The very first CSU-funded conference for Asian American and Pacific Islander students and families. What started as a pilot program soon became a movement because Brian refused to let it end. He saw what so many of us needed, a place where our students and families could see themselves, where they could feel that they truly belong. Because of Brian's determination, Journey to Success has continued for over a decade. Today, more than 1,000 people come each year to be introduced to Fresno State. Not just as a university, but as their university. I've seen the pride in their eyes and the confidence that blooms when they realize, I belong here, and that's Brian's legacy. But he didn't stop there. He helped create Connect to Campus, so AAPI students felt more connected and welcome when they arrived here. He built our first AAPI mentor program, connecting current and incoming students, so no one would have to walk the journey alone here at Fresno State. And when the AAPI graduation celebration had disappeared for a while, Brian brought it back, even with a greater purpose. Today, every spring, it brings more than 1,500 students, parents, and families to celebrate. We celebrate academic achievement, but also cultural pride and community strength. And because of his vision, others events actually flourish from there. Now we have the Lao Educational Conference, the Hmong New Year celebration, Hmong Heritage Day, even the Hmong Legacy 50. Each of these exhibits was because Brian believed that our stories matter, our traditions matter, and our students matter. Brian, you have not only been a colleague, you have been a mentor, a teacher, and a really good friend. You have challenged me to believe that we as Asian Americans are good enough, that our voices belong at every table, in every room, and in every decision that shapes our future. You have lifted me when I doubted myself. You've encouraged me when the path seemed uncertain, and reminding me that our work is never just about programs or numbers, but about people. I'm a prouder Asian American because I had the honor to be walking alongside you. You show me that courage, what courage looks like, what leadership feels like, and what it means to leave a legacy that will outlive us. On behalf of the countless students, family, faculty, and community members whose lives you've touched, thank you. Thank you for your heart, your persistence, and your belief in us. Your journey has become our journey, and because of you, the road ahead is filled with hope, belonging, and the promise of even greater things to come. Congratulations, my friend.
Good evening, bonjour tout le monde. So, it's It's a real pleasure to present Dr. Gaoli Yang, who is a faculty in the linguistics department. I have known Dr. Yang for over 20 years as a superb scholar, a passionate advocate, a wonderful educator and mentor, a delightful colleague, and a very dear friend. Educated in France, she obtained an MA and an MPhil in linguistics, as well as in the teaching of Hmong and French as maternal and foreign languages. Her PhD is in anthropology from the Université de Provence, Aix-Marseille, France. I'll be discussing just 3 of Dr. Yang's extraordinary achievements, since I only have a few minutes. First, it is through Dr. Yang's effort as an anthropologist that Père Yves Bertret's archives were brought to the US and are preserved at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, where she taught at the time. Father Bertret was a French Catholic missionary who worked among the Hmong in Laos and Thailand. He was one of 3 co-creators of the Hmong Romanized Popular Alphabet, the most used Hmong script worldwide. His work documents Hmong language, culture, customs, and way of life in notes, diaries, photographs, maps, family charts, cassette tapes, and several books. Second, as an advocate for the Hmong, Dr. Yang coordinated the lobbying efforts in 2003 for AB 78 in the California legislature. AB 78 recommends the inclusion in grades 7 to 10 of the history of the secret war in Laos, where the Hmong fought on the US sides in the 1960s and 70s. Over 40,000 Hmong were killed during this war, and their survivors settled in the United States as refugees, mainly in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and California's Central Valley. Thus, AB 78 highlights the great sacrifice made by the Hmong and their contribution to US history. Third, in 2016, as an educator, Dr. Yang created the Hmong minor at Fresno State, the world's only Hmong language, literature, and culture program. This led several local schools to teach Hmong. Dr. Yang also personally wrote 11 text and lab manuals for this unique program. Her pedagogy is informed by her academic training and experience of teaching Hmong and French since 1991. Finally, as stated by our current Arts and Humanities Dean, Dr. Honorat Chapman, Dr. Yang's work as a scholar, advocate, and educator has been, I quote, transformative for the Hmong and Asian American community, end of quote. Dr. Yang's work for the Hmong program contributed also to the creation of the certificate and minor in Southeast Asian Studies, as well as the minor and major in Asian American Studies. Her work continues to contribute to the currency of her teaching and quality of her students' learning, and enhances the visibility of her institution in the world of scholarship at a national and international level. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Randy Aoki, and I have been asked to say a few words about my good friend and esteemed colleague, Anthony Tony Lasanko. Sorry, Tony. Tony is a first-generation college graduate and the son of former farm workers. Born and raised in Salinas, California, which is also known as the salad bowl of the world because of its massive agricultural industry. Tony has also deep roots in Marina, California. As I was preparing for this introduction, I learned even more about Tony and his journey, which has anything but ordinary. Let me share a few wonderful things about Tony. After graduating from Fresno High School, he left the Central Valley for the East Coast to attend Yale University, where he earned his degree in linguistics in 1998. Following his time at Yale University, Tony returned to Fresno to join the Fresno Bee in October 2007 as the copy desk chief, and in December 2012 was a copy editor. But due to consolidation, he then became a part of the Sacramento Bee, working from the Fresno newsroom in August of 2015. In between this time, Tony found his creative stride as a writer and editor for children's books, which were used for K-12 tutoring, private tutoring, and digital lessons both in English and Spanish. This creative writing could be from the influence of Nobel Prize winning author John Steinbeck, who also hometown was Salinas, California. It was during this time that his passion for education took root. That spark led Tony to Fresno State, which he earned a master's in counseling in higher education in 2016. Today, Tony serves as a coordinator of tutoring in the Learning Center here at Fresno State, where he is dedicated to supporting student success and helping our students reach their full potential. In 2024, Tony was recognized for his role as a bulldog for student success and also helped in helping the Tutoring Center earn the NASPA, the National Organization for Student Affairs Administrators in Higher Education, Gold Excellence Award for its innovative tutor training, which uses project-based learning to impact student success. On a more personal note, I have known Tony for a number of years. His dedication and amazing work ethic has impressed me. There are days when I arrive around 7:15 in the morning and leave at campus at 5, I still see Tony's car in the parking lot. To me, if you didn't know Tony is also very competitive. Not only does he steal my parking spot in the mornings, he always tends to beat me to the Starbucks in the library. I've always watched Tony be at the doors, open, 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 like the Mervyn's old commercial. I'm fortunate to have Tony as a friend, colleague, and a terrific mentor. So, congratulations, Tony.
Hello. The most difficult task of saying few words about Dr. Kapoor. That's one of the most difficult tasks. He's larger than life. I called him last night. I said, Dr. Kapoor, what should I say about you? Your list is so long. He said, Veena, just say from your heart. And I said, okay, Dr. Kapoor. And I was given 2 minutes. Everybody else cheated. I will stay in 2 minutes. Because Dr. Kapoor said, stay short and sweet. So I met Dr. Kapoor in 2014 when I came to Fresno State, when I joined Fresno State. And October 2nd, my colleague, Dr. Fiala, invited me to the Peace Garden. And Dr. Kapoor welcomed me with peace sign and a hug. So I still remember that. Thank you. So in 1963, 2 years before the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, Dr. Sudarshan Kapoor arrived in the United States. If you don't know what Sudarshan means, it's really a person with beautiful aura, beautiful darshan, beautiful sight. He may have arrived quietly, but his actions for building peace, creating interfaith harmony, and bridging differences in the United States ring loud in local communities and communities at large. When I was in India last semester on my Fulbright, people were talking about him in Bangalore, in Delhi, in different places. With his soft voice, but strong conviction, with his gentle smile, but a determined attitude, Dr. Kapoor has become a voice of wisdom and peace in our valley. His accomplishments are numerous, too many to share with you in 2 minutes. Now 1 minute left, so it's not possible. And he was given just this week award by the City Council, right? So there's so many. He joined Fresno State in 1967 as a faculty in social work. He founded the Peace and Conflict Studies program, which is housed in our department, philosophy department now. He started the Peace Garden Project at Fresno State, honoring Mahatma Gandhi, Cesar Chavez, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Jane Addams, and now Nelson Mandela. He was the founding director of Fresno Center for Nonviolence. Dr. Kapoor also started and coordinated the Stop the Hate and build a culture of peace. And in Fresno, he has received many awards and accolades. Dr. Kapoor, you have been a guiding light for many. Mahatma Gandhi believed that in gentle ways we can shake the world. You have been bringing change and spreading light, gentle ways. On behalf of all of us, not only here, all around communities, diverse communities, we honor you. We thank you, and also we thank Dr. Veena Kapoor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our presenters. At this time, I'd like to ask our presenters to help me present the awards to our honorees. I'd like to call all 4 honorees to come up to the stage right in front here. And on behalf of the Asian American Studies program, we recognize you for your incredible, outstanding service to Asian American students and to the broader community. Please help me welcome all 4 honorees. In the interest of time, we ask you for forgiveness. If we had more time, we wish we could also hear from each of the honorees. We ask you for your forgiveness so that we can stay within the timeline of our program. Next, I'd like to invite up to the front Assistant Professor Hanayo Oya.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you so much, Dr. Brown, Jenny, for giving me this opportunity to celebrate this amazing historical event with AFSA. As a president of AFSA this year, I would like to congratulate this historical day, as well as all the hard work and the time, all this the member of the Asian American Studies put into this inaugural event. So thank you very much. We are so grateful to be here to join this celebration. So my name is Hanayo Oya. I'm an assistant professor of media, communication, journalism. I'm originally from Japan, but I spent most of my professional life in Okinawa. That is the southern islands at the border of Taiwan, the Philippines, and China. And because of the history of discrimination toward Okinawan people by Japanese, and also the colonial history of Okinawa, I made a lot of documentaries and TV report about the people's resistance over there. And what I learned through this work is that the strengths and the resilience of the people, of Asian people, and they told me how beautiful their culture is. So as a native of Japan, I spent over 8 years there, and I learned their culture and their language as well. So my grandma, not like a biological grandma, but my grandma actually told me this song to me. I'm gonna present this song to everybody tonight as a part of a celebration. This song is called Tubalama. That is the heart of Yaeyama Islands of Okinawa. That's even the southern part of Okinawa Islands. Tubalama is it's a very traditional song sung by their indigenous language, and it's all about the people that you love, your family, could be your lover, could be your parents, your friends, and the song is like missing someone that you're longing for. So tonight, I wanted to celebrate with you, to thank for our ancestors who brought us over here. So I'm going to sing this song for you. There are, should I take this out or should I keep it like this? Okay, I'm going to keep it like this. Okay. 中の道から情けなかよけ中筋かぬしゃまそうなんにならぬういなぞしぬとばらまよかいのすくから花じりちさじりば取り出しかざばしかぬしゃま思い出しいらぞしぬとばらま 기다두야 유미치 도루 두바나마 쿠쿠룸 유미치 아리타보리 이라 Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hanayo. Next, I'd like to invite to the stand Associate Dean Jennifer Randos to say a few words on why Asian American Studies matters. Please help me welcome Associate Dean Randos.
So good evening, everyone. I was asked to talk about reasons that the Asian American Studies major matters. I did narrow it down to 10. It was a very hard task. So reason number one, 2,599. This was the number in spring of 2025 of Fresno State students who identified as Asian or Asian American, which is nearly 12% of the Fresno State student body. Reason number two, 12%. That is the proportion of residents who live in the Central Valley who are Asian, owing in large part to the Central Valley's rich history as a major immigration destination from Asia to the United States. Reason number three, 6 million. That is the number of Asians who comprise 16% of California's population. And just to put that in perspective, 6 million is greater than the total population of 13 US states combined. Reason number four, 4 decades. That is how long Fresno State students have been able to take Asian and Asian American Studies courses. But, as you've heard tonight, for the very first time this fall, Fresno State students will be able to actually officially declare a major and earn their bachelor's degree in Asian and Asian American Studies. Reason number 5 is legacy. So while the degree may be new, the Asian American Studies program is not. It has a very vibrant 4-decade history at Fresno State, where professors like Dr. Franklin Ng and Dr. Katsuya Hauer were teaching, researching, and inspiring community leaders for nearly half a century. And this is a legacy that's continued today by Dr. Zhang, Dr. Amrit Diol, certainly Dr. Jenny Bond, and colleagues and faculty who teach in the program. Reason number 6, history. Asian and Asian American Studies is the study of our campus, our students, their histories, their families, their lived experiences, their cultures, their intellectual traditions, their social and political struggles, and most importantly, their collective contributions to our community. Reason number 7, local community. The Fresno State Asian and Asian American program offers 4 separate classes focused specifically on the Central Valley, including those on the history of the Asian and Asian American experience in Central California and the central role played by Asian Americans in building the California Central Valley infrastructure and community. Reason number 8, understanding the local and global connection. Asian and Asian American Studies is not only the study of the Central Valley, it's the study of our state, our country, and our world, where more than 3 in 5 people across the globe are Asian Pacific descended individuals. Despite this numerical majority, as many have mentioned here tonight, the contributions and importance of Asian and Asian American peoples, art, languages, food, families, culture, religion, literature, politics have so often been marginalized and rendered invisible, preventing us from fully understanding the forces that have shaped our history and ourselves, all of us. Reason number 9, cultural competency. Numerous courses offered through the Asian American Studies program, including Asian American Community Health, Asian American Politics and Education, Hmong, Laotian, and Cambodian American Experiences, Japanese Americans in the United States, and so many more, directly develop students' cultural competency, and in doing so, enhance students' self-worth, their feelings of belonging, which is certainly needed, and a sense of being seen and heard. And reason number 10, and here I'm going to draw on some of our students' words to conclude. As one Fresno State student said of her Asian American Studies class, the knowledge I gained inside and outside the classroom affirmed my intuition about my history and my identity, because I have been gaslighted to be bold about my lived experiences throughout school. Asian American Studies is the truth about history and is the last piece that solidifies my political involvement. And finally, a student put it this way: Fresno State's Asian and Asian American Studies program introduced me to an entirely new world in academia and provided opportunities for me to evolve as a passionate scholar activist, a culturally competent professional, and a more insightful and kind individual. I was encouraged to openly learn, critically think, and embrace the history of the Asian American community unlike ever before. Because of ASAM, I've learned to take pride in my culture's history while strengthening relationships between communities of color. So I'll conclude with this. Why are Asian and Asian American Studies important, and specifically the major that we're celebrating tonight? Truth, involvement, opportunity, passion, culture, pride, relationships, and community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rendos. I'd like next to invite Dr. Hank Delcourt to the stand.
Thank you. I'm truly humbled to share this podium with so many people for whom I have so much respect. So thank you for having me. I'm going to depart from the script a little bit. I'm going to disobey orders a little bit here because we need a lot more of that these days. I'm going to take a chance to say, we don't need Asian studies. Let's back it up a little bit. What we need right now are studies, just studies. Studies of human difference, studies that raise our level of understanding, studies that move us to act effectively in the world. We live in a time where ignorance is celebrated and the mere desire to understand difference is denigrated. And in response, I propose we double down, not just on Asian studies, but on studies that elevate our understanding and deepen our ability to act in the world. And yes, this includes Asian studies, absolutely. That's actually, my bachelor's degree was in Asian studies, and it's kind of where I've grown up in my career over the years. We need to know about the entire world. We need to know about the entire world in its own right. We need to know about it in its own right and on its own terms, and that is one of the goals of Asian studies. We also critically need Asian American studies and all of the ethnic studies. We need ethnic studies in the United States to help us understand who we are, to help us understand ourselves, and to help us understand who we've been together, and to help us understand how we might be better together in the future. So we need Asian studies, just like all the studies, to help us understand the world in its own terms. We need Asian American studies and all the ethnic studies to help us understand ourselves. And we need all of these things in dynamic tension, working together in conversation so we can understand how it all fits together. So congratulations to Dr. Ban, Dr. Zhong, Dr. Diol, and all the colleagues, the students, the community supporters, and the community members who've helped make this new major in Asian studies and Asian American studies a reality. You have shown us by example, in action, that even in very dark times, we can and we will do better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Delcourt. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Danny Kim to the podium.
Okay, so I realize there's only two names separating me and the most important guest on the agenda today, that guest being dinner. So I'll try to make this as brief as possible. So I'd like to introduce the importance of Asian American and Asian studies, particularly in this moment of polarization. And to do so, I'd like to introduce another story, much like Professor Zhang introduced, one of expulsion from the United States. Now, recently in Georgia, there was the expulsion of 475 workers, and they were removed from the United States, from Georgia, and they were shipped back to their hometowns in Asia. And once arriving back home, they shared their experiences, which were horrific. There were 72 detainees per cell, and they noted that some of the agents, the detaining agents, were using racial caricatures to refer to them. Caricatures like Rocket Man. Now, this is not a story of 100 years ago, much like some of the examples expressed earlier, but this happened September 4th of this month, right? And the racist images were of Rocket Man referred to North Koreans despite the detainees being of South Korean origin. So what does this tell us? That racism is not a story that just exists in the past, but it's something that we continue to experience as members of the Asian American community, right? But despite this, Asian America is in a moment of polarization, which is unique. Recently, Students for Fair Admissions brought to the Supreme Court a decision as plaintiffs against Harvard University trying to overturn affirmative action programs. And this was part of a larger culture wars against programs considered DEI. And in this, they were successful on both fronts. Many of the Students for Fair Admission were Chinese Americans and Korean Americans like myself. I would not like me, but Korean Americans who are Korean American, right? But nevertheless, as their anti-DEI efforts were successful. And so there is this moment of polarization within Asian America, and it has far-reaching consequences. On September 10th of this month, the Department of Education announced an end to funding for DEI programs and minority-serving institutions. This includes Fresno State University. Fresno State University has lost several millions of dollars despite its designation as an Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institution. And this is the direct result of some of the advocacy by Asian Americans, right? So we exist in a unique period of polarization, even within Asian American circles. Some of this is regional. You have Chinese Americans and Korean Americans on one side, affecting the livelihood of some of our Southeast Asian brothers and sisters, right? That many minority-serving institutions cater to. But Asian American studies promises a path forward. The reality is that we come from different cultures, right? I teach Chinese, Japanese, and Korean histories. These are very different histories despite being all East Asia, right? And when we talk about Asia as a whole, there are even more disparities and differences. For example, when I first got here, I was very annoyed that there weren't chopsticks on our table. I'm like, what the heck? This is an Asian American gala. Where are the chopsticks? But the reality is we don't all use chopsticks, right? Asia is a large region with very unique and different cultures, right? But the fact is, when it comes to discrimination, racism doesn't discriminate. It wasn't just Chinese Americans who were being asked if they ate bats, right? It's Korean Americans, it's Japanese Americans, it's Hmong Americans. So as such, Asian American Asian Studies offers a moment of unity in this unique time of polarization. And we cannot let this polarization divide Asian Americans apart as well. And Asian American Studies promises a dialogue for us to work through these issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kim. I'd like to invite our Dean of the College of Social Sciences, Dean Elizabeth Lohan, to the podium, please.
Good evening, everyone. That almost happened unprompted. That's amazing. Thanks, everybody. My name is Elizabeth. I am lucky enough tonight to be the Dean of the College of Social Sciences, which means three things. One, Danny stole my joke about being standing between you all and dinner, so now I can't use it. Thank you, Danny. Two, I've been given the unenviable task of trying to get us back onto time, so I'm going to go a little bit quickly. And three, most importantly, what it means is that I am lucky enough to be able to support a dedicated group of faculty, a passionate group of students, as they bring their visions for a campus and curriculum that reflects their lived experiences, their dreams for what the power of a campus that invests in Asian American and Asian studies can do, and their aspirations for how this work can transform the Central Valley. According to the CSU Degrees database, right, within the CSU, we're one of 9 campuses that has a bachelor's degree that is somehow related to Asian or Asian American studies. We're one of 2 campuses in the system that offers a degree that focuses on Asian American and Asian studies. And we are, I think, the only campus in the CSU with a degree that specializes and focuses in the culture, history, impact, and lived experiences of Southeast Asian and South Asian populations. This matters for a couple of reasons, and 2 of which I'm going to focus on here. In their edited volume, Mountain Movers, Dr. Zhang and his colleagues outline the history of student activism and work that led to the development of the field of Asian American studies and the impact those programs have had on the communities and on campuses. But critically for us, they outline the work that remains. Integrating ethnic studies work into curriculums, thoughtful work around critical perspectives that such work provides, and the underrepresentation of newer immigrant and refugee populations, including Southeast Asian, South Asian, and Pacific Islanders into curriculum and research. I think there's still work here to do. And my colleagues that you've heard from tonight have outlined a lot of this work about the what and the why. But here's the second reason that this degree matters and will have impact. The Fresno State Asian American and Asian Studies degree is built from our Central Valley Asian and American and Asian communities, and it is built for the entire valley. Led by the amazing work of Dr. Bana and her faculty and students, this degree ensures that when Fresno State sends artists, sends teachers, sends engineers, sends scientists, sends community leaders and business professionals out into the world, their education is relevant to address contemporary challenges, and that all of our graduates from Fresno State understand more about the racial hostility, political disenfranchisement, erasure, economic exploitation, cultural stereotyping that have shaped the Asian American experience. But they also appreciate the activism, the history, the grit, the reclaimed narratives, the love and the joy, and the power of community that these lived experiences represent, so that they can build institutions and structures that reflect them. This degree means that we can all better create institutions and structures to serve community, to enact dreams of a just community where everyone can thrive. This is the power of this degree in this valley. It's the power of community, the power of activism, the power of knowledge, all enacted together to transform, to engage, and to lead. So thank you all for your work, for your dedication, and for being here tonight to help us celebrate.
Well, I shall not be the barrier between you and food. So please enjoy, have a great dinner, but please don't go anywhere because we are about to showcase some of the most beautiful, beautiful dances, and I'm going to ask Daisy to help me lead them. After those, you will also hear from the founders of the Asian American Studies major, and you will hear one of our main events, which is you will hear from our Asian American minor students. So please enjoy and then look forward to the next set of activities. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
All right, while you guys enjoy dinner, we're going to have another Loud performance here tonight. This next performance is brought to you by the Loud Community Culture Center of Fresno. Let's give these girls a warm welcome. That was beautiful, ladies. Let's give them one more round of applause. Next, I would like to invite to the stage the Makaisa Club. They will be performing a Filipino dance, but before, they are going to give a small speech to introduce their performance. Let's give them a round of applause.
Mabuhay! I am Evan Mascara, the president of Magkaisa Filipino Club. And today we'll be showing you a simple rural dance originating from the Visayan region of the Philippines. In typical Filipino fashion, this dance is romantic and flirty. It's about two boys fighting over one girl, and by the end of the dance, the girl will pick her new lover. As per tradition, we would like to make this dance interactive with the audience. So today, we'll be doing a quick exercise. Everyone take a deep breath and let out the biggest boo you can. Boo! Wow, I had that same reaction watching Love Island this August. So, you'll be cheering on the boy who you think will win over the girl, and boo the boy who you think won't. Enjoy the dance.
Let's give the Makaisa Filipino Club one more round of applause. Great job, guys. Next, we are going to bring up a group of Hmong dancers from Fresno State. This is going to be HMSA, also known as the Hmong Student Association. So next, I would like to welcome our Hmong dance group, Thun Thai Bang Su. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
Thank you, HMSA. Next, I would like to invite Samuel Contreras, Assistant Professor of Media, Communications, and Journalism, to the stage to talk about a documentary.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hi, everyone. As she said, my name is Samuel Contreras. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Media, Communications, and Journalism, where I teach documentary filmmaking. And today I have the pleasure to introduce a short version of a documentary that we did about the history of how the major came to be. So I'd like to thank, obviously, Dr. Ben and anyone in the Asian American Studies program for allowing me to capture and documenting this really important story. So like I said, so later on we're going to post the QR code for the longer version of the documentary. So today, right now, we're going to see a 3-minute version. So we're going to be real quick, but later on we post a QR code to watch the longer version. Thank you so much.
Asian history is American history. You can't even know without, no, that's one. But of course it matters because the majority of Earth, 67% of humans are Asian, so you should know about, right? But also just on a personal note, Asian studies is a dreamer major. It's about dreaming, it's about community, it's about like helping.
And so taking these courses, learning about the tragedy and the choices and the difficulty, it very, very much reshaped my mind in how I look at every individual now. Because when you look at an individual, you're not just looking at them, you're looking at every choice they've made in the history.
Well, let's go behind, before ethnic studies, it's crucial to understand, it was Black studies. Black studies came first, civil rights, African Americans, 300 years of defilement, and then they were asking for civil rights. The background of ethnic studies is African American oppression, defilement, and also fighting back.
By taking these many different courses, it has allowed me to have a sense of pride, and it's really made me more curious about my grandma's experience, and of course she doesn't remember because she was one. Yeah, I think just all of these courses have really broadened my mind and kind of made me have a new liking and understanding and wanting to learn more about that history because it's really not talked about in my family.
Honestly, it was super cool. I think that when it came to learning about history, even at a young age, they mentioned Hmong people like once, and I was so thrilled. I was like, oh my God, that's me, you know? And so just being able to have people who are also excited to teach that at a college level, and there's people willing to want to learn about it too. Like not only is it that you're learning about yourself, but I think that it's giving other people outside of your culture to kind of get insight about how you live and how your culture is and what it is to kind of be like you. And also like seeing other people who are also like you. That's why I think representation is so important.
That kind of tied in with taking like the Asian American Studies courses. So it's like, yeah, I want to learn more about this because I want to be in the health field. So, you know, having that cultural competency, especially with, I want to work here in the future. So there's a pretty big Asian community here as well. It helps you better understand who you're working with, if you know their cultures, their history, the context behind who they are.
Yeah, actually with Dr. Bond, I took 2 classes with her the following time, and one of them was in Asian American Studies film. And so again, dealing more of like the art form of Asian history in terms of like filmmaking, and Asian representation matters, which is what we talked a lot about in that class, like in terms of media in Hollywood or outside of Hollywood.
That is our drive. Our drive is make a 6th generation, be here in 6 generations, but to help the community in 6th generation. So every class has the goal of helping, service. I think that's something, every class has a purpose and a service component. If you fully engage in it, if you fully are all in, it can uplift you to the entire world. Like you can do anything with it.
All right, please don't forget that at the end we will have we'll have a QR code for you guys to use to watch the full documentary.
Right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Oh,
I have not said anything yet worth clapping for, but I'm guessing that we're having a good evening so far. Everyone is fed and enjoying their meal and enjoying what all the Central Valley has to offer in terms of its culture, diversity, its community. And I want to say, take a moment to appreciate everyone coming here and joining us today. We are going to have a dance performance and a dance lesson. And we're very excited to have the Polynesian Club of Fresno here to teach us a little bit about how to move with grace, which I definitely need. So a round of applause for the Fresno Polynesian Club.
Yes. My name is Martha Elena Alakuma, and I am originally from the island kingdom of Tonga in the South Pacific. I represent No Te Here o Te Hiroa, the Polynesian Club of Fresno, and we are here to help you celebrate such a beautiful thing happening here. We're so excited for you, and we are here to help you celebrate with a hula dance lesson. Before we teach you, the dancers are going to dance for you. So this dance that we're going to do for you comes from the island of Oahu. The song talks about a region called Kaneohe. And if you've been to Oahu before, you probably drove through or have been to Kaneohe. It's a very beautiful area, known for the high Ko'olau mountain range and how close it is to the beautiful Pacific Ocean. So we share with you now this song called Kaneohe. Thank you very much. All right, so I've got another group of dancers here with me as well, and I want to share with you that when I called out to our studio, hey, this is what's happening at Fresno State, who wants to come help me? I kind of did force them. I said, if you are Fresno State alumni, if you are Asian American, If you are, yeah, I threw that one in there too. If you are an educator, so we have Fresno City educators, we have Clovis Community educators, we have Fresno Unified educators. We have these people here from the Polynesian Club are super excited to be here with you for those reasons, but they are also hula dancers, so spread out. And when Dr. Jenny Bond asked us to come, she said you guys were gonna get up and dance with us, so please do, please stand up. I have 4 minutes to teach you a hula, and good luck to me. I want to remind you that, thank you. Hula is storytelling. I'm going to teach you 3 ways to move your feet and hips and the hands to a very easy song. All right, so awesome. I see the t-shirt. I love that. All right, so the first thing I want to teach you is just bend your knees. This is how we get our hips to be free to move. And if you straighten one knee at a time, your hips will sway. If you straighten one knee at a time, even if they pop, just keep going, girl. Sway side to side, there you go. This is akalava, your hips will sway side to side, very good. All right, this is how we get our hips to move, nice. You see all these teachers out here, there you go. Okay, first move, second move, that was akalava, is kaholo, it counts to 4. Step to the side, feet together, step to the side, and pause. Step to the side, feet together, step to the side, and pause. 1, 2, 3, soft tap. 1, 2, 3, soft tap. This is called kaholo. Now, if that's easy, add that sway back in there. 3, soft tap. That's kaholo. Very good. All right, now you got 2 moves. That's 2. Okay, third move is called hela. Point your toes out. If it were a clock, it's like 1 o'clock and then 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Point your toe. This is hela, okay? We got 3 moves now. And the last one, you're gonna rotate your hips in a circle. Too hard to explain in 4 minutes. Make a circle on me. There you go. All right, you got all the basics you need for our song. Good job. Now I'm gonna teach you a hula. Ready? We're gonna point at someone that matters to us. You are my, cross your arms, sunshine, make a sun. Sunshine. You make me happy, show your smile. You make me happy when skies are gray, like when rain comes down. Now make your hands like you're thinking. You'll never know how much I love. Point at them again. You. Please, soft hands like this, please. Don't take my sunshine or the person I love away. Now look away like you're sad and give me a nice twirl. Got it? Okay. All right, Spencer, can you please play You Are My Sunshine? We're gonna put those 2 things you learned together, okay? If you can start me off at like 25 seconds, that would be great. All right, we're ready to dance. We're putting it together. Don't forget, we got the step, together, step, touch. You Are My Sunshine. You can play from the beginning if you want. Oh, here we go, yes. Please don't take okay, we're doing the step, together, step, touch move. Ready? Here we go. You are my, make a sun, sun. Now, point your toes. Happy face, rain, rain comes down. Thinking, you'll never know how much I love you. Big circles, Ami, and turn. Good job, you guys. Very nice. All right. On behalf of these educators and Fresno State alumni and the Polynesian Club, we are just so excited for what's happening here at Fresno State. From all of us to all of you, aloha.
All right, well, look at that. If you major in Asian American Studies, you will become a dancing pro. But don't take my experience to heart because I'm not a good example of that. It has not worked for me. All right, so my name is Dr. Amrit Yol. I'm an assistant professor in Asian American Studies. I'm really, really excited to see everyone here today. I want to take this moment to introduce you to our founders. As Dean Randolds had mentioned a few minutes prior, it has taken nearly 4 decades for us to get to this point, and it's taken a lot of work and effort from a lot of folks over these past years, whether that's community members, faculty, staff, students. Many people have worked to contribute to the development of this major. And so we want to take a moment to recognize all those that have contributed and who are officially founders of the Asian and Asian American Studies major here at Fresno State. So if you are a founder, could you please stand up to be recognized at this point? A round of applause for our founders. This could not have happened without all of you. Many of us who have contributed to the development of this program have our own dreams and goals in mind on how we want to see Asian and Asian American Studies grow here at Fresno State. One of the significant things that sets us apart as one of 26 Asian American Studies programs across the country is that we serve the Central Valley. We want to be a major that serves our community and connects with our community. Yes, we are an Asian American Studies program, an Asian Studies program. However, we are one that is situated here amongst the diversity that Central Valley has to offer. I joined Fresno State officially as a faculty member 3 years ago. Yeah, thank you. It's been amazing since then. I've learned a lot of things through that process, and I learned something really interesting that stuck with me during orientation, amongst all of the stuff that we go over during orientation. One of the most fascinating things that I learned is that in the Central Valley today, we speak over 200 languages and dialects, which speaks to the diversity of this community. And I think this is one of the few moments in Central Valley history that so many different Asian American groups and community members have come together under one roof to celebrate what it means to be Asian. And so thank you all. Thank you to our founders. Thank you again. Now I would like to turn it over to our students. This is what we're here for. So let's take a moment to hear from our students and honor their voices. Can we have Kavina and Allison please come to the stage? I'm going to hand it over to you.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. So today we are going to take a few moments to honor our students who are majoring and minoring in Asian American Studies. So first, can we have the students who are here with us today to please stand up, and let's give them a round of applause, please. All right, and now we will be calling up the students who are majoring in Asian American Studies up to the stage, please. All right, so now each of the students behind me, they have their own unique story, and that is why they are here today to be part of this historic major. So I will start us off. I chose to major in Asian American Studies to learn more about my history and also in order to better serve our community in the future.
I joined the major because just as Dr. Russell Jung said that in every Asian American Studies class, you'll learn a little bit more about yourself, and you won't know yourself if you don't know your own history and your own culture, and so that's why I decided to join. Also, because Dr. Vaughn roped me in.
Similar to Allison, I also got roped in by Dr. Bond, but I'm very grateful for it because it's a great opportunity to learn about Asian American history and the experiences of the community here in the Central Valley as well.
Good evening. Just like Allison and Bella, Professor Vaughn also encouraged me to join this major as well. Also to learn more about my history and more researching as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Anna Marquez, and I chose this major because I am also a social work major, so I wanted to learn a little more about the community and how to not only help people in my culture, but others as well. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Blossom Bhatti. I am a Punjabi Sikh American, and I will be graduating this fall. Therefore, I will be the first graduate with this major. I want to give a big thank you to Dr. Bond, who pushed this major, and we worked together in order to get it done as soon as possible.
Hi, I'm Ellie Settle. Dr. Bond greatly encouraged me to join this major as I have already taken plenty of Asian American courses. I am super interested in the culture and just learning more about the history.
Hi, my name is Sarah Vu. Excuse me. I decided to take Asian American Studies courses because I grew up in an area that was predominantly non-Asian. So I just wanted to find more bits of myself and more community and belonging, and I was able to find that. Thank you.
Hi, Nyajong Gulumbe Daisy. My name is Daisy Tao. I chose to become an Asian American Studies major because I was so inspired by the faculty here in the Asian American department. Dr. Bon, Dr. Yang Xiaoshong, all the Dr. Zhongs. I just have always been inspired and I always have found a home with the faculty in ASAM. And I hope to continue to spread that Asian American joy and love, like Dr. Bon always says, to our future students and to our community. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right, another round of applause for our amazing students. And thank you for your patience as we tried to take a picture with them because they're all adorable and we want that memory. Up next, we will have a poem reading from our California poem, there you go, from Lee Herrick, who is the first Asian American Poet Laureate of California. We asked Lee Herrick to write a poem for us as we are sort of beginning on this journey with Asian and Asian American studies here at Fresno State. And he came up with this beautiful poem that we are going to ask him to come up and read for us. So if all can welcome Lee Herrick.
Thank you so much. I was emotional seeing all of the students. I'm so happy for you all. I'm going to keep my remarks brief and just get to the poem, but I do want to congratulate Dr. Bond, all the faculty and staff, administrators. This is a really remarkable achievement, and it's been a joy to be part of it tonight. When Governor Newsom appointed me California Poet Laureate, I was taken aback, and it has been unbelievably joyful. I was born in Korea and adopted to the United States, and I've had the good fortune to live in Fresno now for the last 30 years. And departing from the script just for a moment, if I may, when I was a child, I used to want to be a game show host. And so get ready, because I'm going to ask you all to applaud very loudly in a minute. But if you are really proud and excited about the establishment of this major, only one of 26 in the entire country, serving such a beautiful, vibrant, diverse area as Fresno at such a great university as Fresno State. If you'd like to thank Dr. Bond, everyone who worked so hard for the last number of decades establishing this major, and congratulating all the students and wishing everyone the best into the future. Can we not a polite golf clap, but can we see how loud we can make it and show our thanks? Congratulations, everyone. Go on. No, I'm just kidding. That was beautiful. Thank you. This is the poem. It was an honor to be asked to write this. So this is called A Beautiful Idea. Once, an immigrant song, refugee song, adoptee song became a chorus. Ancestor lyrics from Asia to California. A beautiful new idea. To study is to breathe in history and exhale the future. Let us flourish. How rain becomes rainbow, how seed becomes garden. Let us nourish the next generation, the next iteration of our cultures, our grace, our light. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Lee, for that beautiful poem. And thank you for letting us show how excited we are. I feel like we are a little bit subdued, and as a prominently Asian American community, we haven't been able to showcase that. So I appreciate you waking us up a little bit. A round of applause for this beautiful poem. The poem itself excites us for this new journey ahead with our students, with our campus community, and with our local community here in the Central Valley. It's going to serve as a sort of guiding light as we as we sort of move along this journey. So I appreciate that. And as a gift to all of you, as a sonic gift, we like to call it, we are going to give you a sort of copy of the poem for you to take with you in remembrance of tonight, but also in remembrance of all the effort that this community has shown to make this happen. So a round of applause for our community here. I would like to call up my fellow faculty members for some closing remarks as we wrap up the evening. So Dr. Bond, Dr. Zhang, if you can come up. I will go. As the last speaker, I will try to wrap things up as succinctly as I can, but I am a bit overjoyed and a little overexcited, so forgive me if I mess up a bit. I just want to start off with a thank you to everyone for showing up. There's so many ways to show support for this community, for our students, and you have done the best that you can. I mean, for nearly 500 people to show up tonight in support of the major, I mean, usually with majors, there's a dialogue about convincing students and trying to promote them to take one major over another, and I feel like there's not a lot of convincing that needed to take place to make sure that everyone comes into this room. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for being here. There's many ways that you can contribute to the growth of Asian American Studies here, to the sustainability of the program, and I'll talk about that in just a bit, but I just want to offer my gratitude on behalf of this entire program. Thank you so much, and I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Zhang.
I also want to say thank you. I feel like we are a big family. I feel that I haven't been able to kind of think about what this defining moment means. It's such an important moment for all of us as a community. As we look forward to the next 6 generations and we think about what we will be able to achieve and the kinds of big dreams that we'll be able to accomplish. I'm very excited. I'm most excited about my students, our students. When I think about all of the hard work we put into events like this, it's a lot of work, but when I think about my students, I am extremely, extremely overjoyed and happy. And so for my students, and for our future students, we look up to you. We hope you take this as a defining moment of your community, you, and I hope you help to define what you would like that to look like in the next six generations. 我中到特别重力中只有那些的都共被我那天，他见到我那边还路米干到是的是嘛，被容些在到那做到，容些到那做给8天给操，诶我中到呢。
Thank you so much. Majors, if you can stand up. Minors, you can stand up. Audience, if you can stand up as well. So we're going to do, in many Asian religions and cultures, we take our seeds, and first let's all thank Dr. Ng and Dr. Howard. They're also here. Dr. Kapoor, Dr. Yang, Tony Gonzago, Dr. Yang. Let's thank them right now. In many cultures, particularly Asian culture, it is the elders that teach the youth because they know the youth will be the future. So we're going to end, and then we're going to have a sonic surprise for you, as you can see. We're going to end with a chant, okay? So when I say, so if you're an elder in this room, I see a lot of elders, and I'm so prideful that you're all here. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. If you're an elder, I want you to put your hands up like this. When I come up, right? I want you to put up students back there in the hallway, okay? Majors, minors, all the students, anyone below 30, okay? You're gonna pull up, so we're gonna chant. Elders, you know who you are. When I come up, put your hands up. Everyone put your hands up, okay? Students, I pull up. Meryl, I pull up. You're pulling up, you're not yet. You will be an elder, okay? So when I come up, okay, and then students, I pull up, okay? So elders, I need you to say, when I come up, okay? Because you're just gonna transfer your energy to our students, okay? When I come up, they're gonna pull up, okay? All right, so elders, when I come up, let's practice. When I come up, students, I pull up. Let's practice, elders. When I come up, students, I pull up. All right, let's start. When I come up, I pull up. When I come up, students, I pull up. Okay? I need a little louder, elders. I'm not hearing you because you're trying to transfer your energy to those students. Okay? Everyone's gonna scream when I come up. Ready? When I come up, I pull. Students, I pull up. When I come up, I pull up. When I come up, I pull up. Okay? Thank you so much. Students and elders, you're the future, the next 6 generations.
Thank you, Dr. Bond, for that. Before I turn it over to our amazing taiko drummers, I just wanted to share a quick opportunity with folks. Of course, everyone has shown their support tremendously, and we greatly appreciate it by just showing up here today. We are so, so thankful for all of your support. And if you are looking for ways to continue to show support to our students, to our program here at AJAM, there are many ways that you can contribute. One of those is if you would like to donate, you can make your checks payable to the following account, 300918 Asian American Program Support Fund Foundation. All of the money and proceeds will be used to support Asian American students here at Fresno State and our program. It'll help us maintain our ground here at Fresno State. It'll help us make sure that we're here in the long term, and it's a sustainable program. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Let's sort of move it over to our taiko drummers to end the evening on a very good note. Thank you again. was absolutely mesmerizing. I was looking around the room and I don't think anyone moved the entire time, which kind of speaks to how amazing that performance was. Again, on behalf of the entire program, I want to thank you all for being here. Asian and Asian American Studies is here to stay, and we hope to cross paths with you again and again and again as the years and decades go on. Thank you so much for showing your support, and we wish you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you.